Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I am going to be doing a unpopular opinions slash popular opinions, and I'm also going to be doing a Rastafarian slash vegan Jamaican food mukbang. This is my first mukbang or mukbang, however you call it. This is my very first one, and honestly, I've been seeing this whole mukbang trend, and I thought I would never really get on it, but you know what? I was craving some food, and I had some, possibly unpopular opinions to share with you guys, so I'm going to start with it right now. And this vegan food entails of barbecue veg chunks, callaloo, rice and peas, and plantain. And let me tell you, they were not stingy with the plantain, because you go to some Jamaican restaurants, they are stingy all the way with that plantain. For a second, I thought I lost my fork. Okay, so let's get into the first unpopular opinion. Nipsey Hussle was not killed by the government. This barbecue veg chicken, I'm telling you. Since I do not eat meat anymore, I'm pescatarian for those who don't know. But I've definitely been leaning on more of the vegetarian vegan side of things. But I'm still pescatarian. This food, thank God that ways of cooking certain, plant-based meat stuff has gotten better. And this callaloo tastes fresh. It's not too salty like other Jamaican restaurants. Nipsey Hussle, I do not believe was killed by the government. I understand some people think that, yes, he was going to do that documentary about Dr. Sabi and, they were coming after him. He was, putting up businesses and setting up businesses in the hood and probably disrupting, this whole, gentrification agenda that certain people have. And I understand that that could be motive to get rid of him. But personally, I do not believe this was the government. I believe it's something as simple as just some guy who was jealous of him, that he was on the come up and, he was doing better than him because I think the guy was named Shitty Cuz. And he was the one who allegedly shot and killed Nipsey Hussle. And the female was a getaway driver and she turned herself in. I definitely believe this is just something as simple as, someone who was jealous, someone who was a hater, and someone who I heard Shitty Cuz was fired by Nipsey and Nipsey didn't want him. So I think that's enough motive for him to go and kill him. Yeah, I think Nipsey definitely was just killed by some jealous, hating guy. I don't think it's that deep as a government conspiracy. And I think we are so caught up in this woke movement that, it's much easier to just say that the government did it because he was doing big things. He was in the process of doing big things. I personally think Nipsey wasn't too high on a level to be noticed by the government or to be noticed by FBI's. Maybe low-level government, but come on, I don't think it was that serious. I think we jumped to conclusions because, racism, white supremacy, and whatnot. And that's not something to ignore. I don't think we should ignore that possibility, but I really believe to the certain extent, come on now. Even Charlemagne was like, why would they come after Nipsey Hussle over a documentary that hasn't been released yet? I think we take things too deep, especially because one of our faves died. And I'm not a Nipsey Hussle fan, but I appreciate what he was doing. And this also raises a question, should artists, people who make it out the hood for whatever way, shape, or form, get enough money, make it out the hood, become successful, there's always this debate on whether they should or should not come back. And you know what? Although I do think it's great that they can come back and give a helping hand where certain politicians and certain forms of authority are not, let's just be honest, sometimes it's the people who are not appreciative or who do not take full-blown advantage of the things that they put back. So some of them even tried to help while they were there and tried to help when they made it, and the people just didn't respect it, take advantage of it, and they just decided, you know what, this is why I just have to leave the hood and never come back. So I don't think sometimes that them leaving the hood and not coming back is 100% a bad idea. Because let's be real, the people who are angry that they didn't come back are just the people who are mad that they didn't go with them. They're mad that they're not on their level. I've been deprived of this food for weeks now. So glad to have it back. I might just even save the rest for dinner. Number 2, unpopular opinion. Cardi B definitely is not black. I know you guys love her so much and you want to claim her, but she's not black and the whole Dominicans are black thing. Well, keep that same energy for Amara La Negra. And the whole thing about Cardi B being half Trini was what makes her black. I've seen her mother. Her mother is a lot more white passing. And if you definitely saw Cardi B on the street, you would have not thought that she was black. She even claims herself and identifies herself as a Latina, which is not a bad thing, but stop trying to claim her because you love her so much. I do not think she's black. I never thought she was black. Her being Trini was really cool because I'm also a Caribbean. I also have Caribbean roots, but let's just be honest, she does not look phenotypically black. And there's nothing wrong with saying she's a Latina. There's nothing wrong with saying she isn't black, but stop trying to claim her because you love her so much. And you just want a reason to keep liking her. And I notice this comes a lot from black men and some of the black women who really get tired of her antics but still claim her. Like, stop it. Stop it because you love her so much. I notice the problem with black folks sometimes is that we are so quick to cape for people we like. Like, if we like them enough, you know, they can get away with almost anything, right? Like Murder Nuke, I don't know who he is until that Yes Jules interview. Didn't know who he was until the Yes Jules interview. And, you know, she's out here doing a lot of tap dancing, bucking, shucking and jiving for Yes Jules, talking about you're half Puerto Rican so you can say the N-word. Like, the woman, again, looks a lot more white passing. If you saw her on the street, you wouldn't have assumed she was anything but white. Unpopular opinion number 3. If Latinos should be allowed to use the N-word, then I guess black people should be allowed to use things like spick and wetback. Not saying that I've used it, that we should use it. It's still a bad word. But my thing is, if your argument is we're both minorities, we both suffer from white supremacy, white people don't like us and they group us in the same group. Well, if that's the case, then it shouldn't be one-sided. You know, and also black men, stop allowing other groups of people to use it. And I don't want to hear this whole thing. It's in a song and that we reclaimed it. We didn't reclaim anything, okay? We did not reclaim the N-word, okay? It's no reclamation, okay? We're still struggling. We're still at the bottom. We're still talking about we're being oppressed and mistreated. So no, there was no reclamation, okay? We're still suffering. Okay, all we did was try to popularize it, and these rappers made money off of it. And, you know, guess what? Some of them are not in the hood anymore. The same rappers you complain, but they popularized it. I swear, some of the things in our community that we put on pedestals, but, you know, when you want to act classy, think well, be intelligent, that's playing into respectability politics, and that's being white. Unpopular opinion number 3. No, number 4. Sorry. Unpopular opinion number 4. Most of the girls on Love and Hip Hop, like Jocelyn Hernandez, will never make it in music. All this is for fake storyline. A lot of these girls who are nothing but Instagram models and who come on Love and Hip Hop claiming to want to make it in the music industry, they have no talent. And it's not even just the girls. Sometimes it's the guys. Like, remember Carly Red from the very first season of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta? She was trying to be a rapper. She was trying to get with Stevie J, trying to land a record deal. I don't know if she's still doing music. Now she has a shop. She has 2 stores. She has a sex toy line coming out. Honestly, it's like she was never going to make it in music. Man, I don't see her. The girl is like in her 40s, and I'm not saying age is a factor, but I'm definitely saying she doesn't have too much talent or experience. Like, she was talking about them black cards, unlimited. Like, come on now. She tried to audition for Stevie the very first season of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, and I'm like, that was trash. I feel like one of the few people on Love and Hip Hop that can actually make it in music because they have talent are like K Michelle and Amara La Negra. And, you know, Cardi B, I think, just got lucky because she was heavily pushed through the industry. And I'm not saying she doesn't have zero talent, because she was actually perfecting the craft. But a lot of other girls, there are very few girls on Love and Hip Hop who actually do have true talent. I feel like what's really getting them ahead is their BS storylines, the fights, and the fact that they have a bunch of followers on social media. That's it. I don't feel like too many of them have talent at all. And honestly, Love and Hip Hop, Meat Magazine talked about this years ago. Love and Hip Hop seems to be that show that just curses your career. Which is why, if you are really serious about making music and being in the music industry and, you know, like becoming famous off of music and stuff, don't go on Love and Hip Hop. All it does is get your name out there. You will be on that show for a bunch of seasons, and your music career will stay stagnant because you stay getting into fights. You stay with BS storylines in relationships that were never real. Like, Mimi has nothing to show but a bunch of in and outs and bad relationships with men. She's now with a masculine woman. And I see this a lot, like I said before. It's funny how you're always in these bad relationships with men, then you get with a woman. And I know this is Atlanta. There's a lot of LGBTQ action going down there. Down low action going down there. But I find it funny. You've been with all these bad relationships with men. Now you're with a woman and she happens to be masculine. Go figure. This Callaloo is nice. This Callaloo is nice. I love this particular restaurant's Callaloo. It's not super salty like other places. Unpopular opinion number 5. In terms of reparations, I don't think black people will see their reparations. I'm hoping on it. I'm praying on it. I believe we should keep fighting for the reparations, but God forbid, I personally think we may not see our reparations, or at least this generation won't. I mean, and let's be honest, if we do get our reparations, like I said, are we responsible with them? Do we have a plan? That's a question you need to ask yourself. It's money owed to us and entitled to us, but it's more than just money that needs to be reparated to us. Because although money can fix some of the stuff we're going through, there's a lot more to fix that money can't fix. Unpopular or popular opinion number 6. I personally believe Tasha K is, you know, a very clout chasing type of blogger on YouTube. I don't have too much of a problem with her, but it's just like, ever since the Star Marie situation broke out, it seems like she just gets pleasure out of trying to get clicks and views using Cardi B's name. Like, the video won't have anything specifically to do with Cardi, or they won't talk about Cardi, but because someone is close to her, or someone that is close to someone who is close to her, or someone that she knew, someone that Cardi B knew a little bit, you know, wasn't really close to her, but knew, she'll try to get an interview with them. Tasha K, you know, she'll try to talk to them. She'll try to reach out to them. She'll try to, you know, talk about that person like people care about what's going on. Like, you put in your thumbnail and in your title Cardi B, but then the video has nothing to do with Cardi B, and it's just a bunch of clickbait. So this is why, you know, I do admire Lovely T a little bit more. And I'm not just saying this as a subscriber to Lovely T. I'm saying this as someone who's seen Lovely T's, character for the most part. I don't agree with everything Lovely T says, but then at the end of the day, like, for the most part, she does do her due diligence and, journalistic integrity. Because, I notice when hot topics break out, she's one of the few people that comes out with it right away. I'll see people like the Impressive blog, which I also subscribe to, and I'll see people like Daytime Tea Time and, Choice TV and all those people. And this is just me kind of calling names out. But I'll see them and they'll jump on the topic like quick. And, Lovely Tea, it'll take her a few days or a week or so before she puts it out there because she wants to do further research. And I admire her for that. Because I'm not going to lie. I probably wouldn't do that myself, all that due diligence, even though I think it's a good idea. Look at it. I'm done with the Callaloo because I always eat my vegetables first. But Tasha K, like a lot of small-time bloggers, I feel like she uses Cardi B's name for clicks. Cardi B has called this out. Even though I think Cardi B is wasting her time trying to call out the haters, Cardi B has called out Tasha K. And she is suing her if you don't know. Now, to be honest, I think Cardi B in Tasha K's case, if Cardi B is going to sue Tasha K, she might as well sue everybody else because a lot of people are either using her name for clickbait, but I think Tasha K is just the biggest one. Plantain and rice taste so good. Okay. Let me get my drink of water. I know I'm not supposed to eat and drink simultaneously, but I need some water. Sometimes that food, with all that flavor, you need something to drink. Whew. Okay. My next unpopular opinion, because I have lost count, my next unpopular opinion is that Black outrage is definitely being used as the new marketing tool, but it's not solely applied to these big brands. And let me explain what I mean by that. We know these big brands like H&M and, Gucci and Burberry have been using Black outrage as a new marketing tool, like these European brands, these big brands, these white owned or non-Black owned brands have been using Black outrage as the marketing tool. And these are like $1 million, $1 billion brands. However, it's not just them using Black outrage as the marketing tool. If you think about it, you can apply the same thing to these faux woke, conscious, fake conscious. Well, I shouldn't use quotes because it's actually fake conscious. You can definitely apply the same logic and the same strategy to these fake woke, fake conscious, hoteps, foteps, and noteps, as I like to call them, on the internet and on YouTube, who basically talk about racism, white supremacy all day, conspiracy theory this, government agenda that, feminist and gay agenda that. You can do the same thing with them and all these beta males who sit on YouTube and in front of a camera all day and on social media all day talking about racism, white supremacy, and the white man all day. And, that gets them clicks, likes, views, shares, people commenting, people going in, people reposting their stuff. So you can apply that logic to them as well. But the difference is they're just not making millions of dollars off of it. But the same logic applies. They sit up there doing nothing, but they're using the fact that they're using our pain for marketing to get attention to themselves. And even if they believe the things that they're saying, let's just be honest. Once Burberry and once Gucci came out with that stuff, some of these same faux woke, some of these same conscious people And it's not everybody who's doing this that are talking about this situation that's fake woke, no, but you still have a lot of fake woke people, fake beta male and beta female type people who sit in front of a camera and talk about how this is racist, this is a problem. And of course, they're not 100% wrong, but it seems like them talking about racism, white supremacy all day for the sake of getting people to like them, you know, and of course, to the point where they're making promises they can't keep, like, you know, I don't know, trying to build a school and asking for donations. Umar Johnson. You know, people talking about problems, you know. Comment down below if you get what I'm saying, okay? So, and yeah, in my opinion, black outrage does not solely apply to these big brands doing it. The only difference is that when the big brands do it, they actually make money. It won't put a dent in them. You can say they're canceled all day and, you know, nothing will really happen. It doesn't really put too much of a dent in their wallet unless, like, you know, rich people stop shopping with them. My next unpopular opinion, which is somewhat of a popular opinion, reverse racism does not exist. White people, dear white people, stop trying to force yourself to be victims because that gets you sympathy. You guys are so used to being coddled by society. And this is not all, of course, you know, the whole not all crowd will come. But stop all lives mattering everything, okay? All lives mattering, especially black folks. Stop getting on the all lives matter bandwagon because it doesn't care about you. I understand you may have good intentions for it, some of you, but come on, you're wasting your time. Stop all lives mattering every single situation when you feel like you're not included for 5 seconds. The world does not always revolve around you guys, okay? I'm sorry. I don't know if you noticed this, but other people outside your little white bubble exists. Stop it. Reverse racism is not a thing. I don't know who still needs to hear this, but it's true. But I've seen it over the internet. We talk about black issues, black women issues. We talk about ways to get reciprocity for black individuals, minority individuals, you know, people who are more marginalized. And here comes the people who are slightly less marginalized or way less marginalized talking about what about us? Like, no. Reverse racism does not exist. You just have hurt feelings. What else was I going to say? I think I have one more opinion. Oh, yeah. Victoria Justice was very stupid to go solo. She made a wrong move. I love Victoria Justice. I loved her since Zoe 101. And, you know, I liked her in Victorious. Victorious was one of my favorite shows, you know, one of those, you know, shows that, because nowadays they don't have really good shows on Nickelodeon, but I'm grown now, so I guess it shouldn't matter to me. But Victoria Justice was stupid to go solo. The rumor was she had some issues with, like, Ariana Grande. I heard they kind of had their little spat here and there, you know. I heard the reason that Victoria wanted to leave Victorious was because she wanted to go solo. And I'm like, that was a stupid decision. Like, if that's the reason the show ended, then that was a stupid decision. Because, girl, you going solo has not really worked out for you. I saw that show, Eye Candy. That thing got canceled after 1 season. And you know what? I was 4 episodes in, and I was happy to see you in, like, more mature stuff. I was happy to see you in scripted dramas. MTV could use scripted dramas since, you know, ever since they stopped doing the music video thing and they became more of a reality show center network. And then they started doing scripted shows, which I felt were good. Same thing with VH1, man. Some of them put on really interesting scripted shows, but they get canceled after like 1 to 3 seasons. But I was happy to see you on Eye Candy. I remember that. But the dumbest decision you made for your career is trying to go solo, if that's the reason Victoria's ended. Because let's just be real. The only person who going solo is working out for right now is Ariana Grande. So if you actually had some scuffle with her, if you actually had a fight with her or didn't get along with her, because they were saying that there was bad blood between those two. If Victoria, if you got into a scuffle with Ariana Grande, man, she was the one who came out on top. But then again, she actually had a rich father, so who knows? She had a leg up, but still, Ariana Grande does have talent. The way I knew Ariana Grande could sing was through Victorious. They always made it seem like Victoria Justice was the star. No, it was really Ariana Grande and Leon Thomas and almost every other person in there. You put people out of a job, Victoria. I want to know what's happening with Leon Thomas, because that boy can sing, he can play. He deserves a bigger career. Last time I saw him, he was in Insecure. He was like he made like a guest appearance on Insecure. Yeah, Victoria, you done messed up. Victoria, you messed up. And I love you. And I wanted to see Victorious go on for a long time. I think it ended way too abruptly. And I heard that song of yours you had, Gold. It wasn't all that. It wasn't horrible. It looked like it would appeal to the Disney and Nickelodeon child audience, but maybe even it couldn't do that. But if you were trying to do some more mature stuff and try to make a song that would appeal to like adults in pop and, you know, young adult girls in pop, because I do like pop music, okay? Believe it or not, I am an R&B and pop music fan. I love it. But yeah, if you really thought that you were going to make a solo career off of that, we haven't heard anything from you since. So you put people out of a job. Liz Gillies is lucky because she was on Sex, Drugs, Rock and Roll before that got canceled, and now she's on Dynasty. I have not caught up with that show yet in a while, so I'm a little lost. But yeah, Victoria, you done messed up. You messed up, and you put people out of a job. How do you feel? I'm spending all this time talking. My food is practically getting cold. Yep, I still have more. Only thing that's completely done is the Callaloo. But then again, I didn't ask them to put too much Callaloo in there. Yeah. But anyway, yes, guys, that was my unpopular opinions. You know, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. You know, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And you know what? Especially comment down below to see if, you know, comment what other topics you may want me to talk about. And if you want to see future mukbangs in the future. And you know what I'm saying? And if you want to see mukbangs in the future. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm really looking forward to your thoughts, you know, mostly positive, but if they're, you know, negative, I guess I just kind of have to eat that. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what unpopular opinions you thought were reasonable or what you also agreed with. If you agree with them, then you know what? Thank you. And if you don't agree with them, well, they're unpopular for a reason. So thank you guys so much for watching this mukbang unpopular opinions video. Let me know if you want me to do more mukbangs in the future. You know, I'll see what I can do if you guys all agree. So thank you so much, and I hope to see you in the next video.